Kwe, and welcome to the 2022 Powwow Pitch semifinals presented by RBC, Shopify, Meta, and MasterCard. Sunshine Tenasco and Indigenous Cause, and I'm the founder of Powwow Pitch. I'll be your host for tonight's Powwow Pitch fashion semifinals, where Indigenous entrepreneurs from across Turtle Island will pitch for their chance to be named the Powwow Pitch semifinals winner for the apparel, design, and accessories categories. The winner from the fashion category will win $1,000 cash and advance to the finals, where we will be giving away a total of $50,000 in cash prizes to help them scale up their businesses. Thank you for joining us. 8 years ago today, I started Powwow Pitch with the vision of combining Indigenous culture and social innovation to create a platform to celebrate, showcase, and spotlight Canada's Indigenous entrepreneurs. Over the years, Powwow Pitch has supported more than 1,000 Indigenous entrepreneurs to take their businesses to the next level. And this week, we will support 130 more. 2022 has already been a landmark year for Powwow Pitch as we welcome incredible partners to the Powwow Pitch family, partners that share our values. Thank you to our presenting sponsors, our silver sponsors, our seed sponsors, and our collaborating partners. With their support, we have unlocked new opportunities for Indigenous entrepreneurs and grown our prize and grant pools to more than $200,000. This summer, 2,400 Indigenous entrepreneurs pitched live at powwows and submitted their video pitches across Turtle Island from nations like the Salish, Inuit, Métis, Cree, Ojibwe, Anishinaabe, Mi'kmaq, and Navajo. We shortlisted the top entrepreneurs from each category and matched them with outstanding mentors in the lead up to this week's semifinals. Every night this week, you'll have the chance to watch Powwow Pitch semifinalists pitch to our esteemed panel of judges as they compete for a place in the Powwow Pitch finals taking place on October 19th. The prizes include $1,000 for the winner of each category, a $1,000 for the People's Choice Prize, a $5,000 alumni prize, $5,000 for third place, $10,000 for second place, and $25,000 for first place. Each semifinalist has 1 minute for their pitch, followed by 2 minutes of Q&A by the judges. Judges are evaluating the entrepreneur's presentation, execution, and follow-through, and the impact winning Powwow Pitch and the $25,000 would have on their business. Join the conversation online tonight using the hashtag Powwow Pitch. Let's begin by meeting tonight's esteemed panel of judges. Joining us this evening is Tamar Gabor, Senior Commercial Account Manager at RBC. Debbie Reed, Indigenous Policy Manager at Meta. Akshata Rahendra Rekar, Software Engineer at MasterCard. Zena Cowan, Community Manager at Entrepreneur. Tara Saunders, Director of Business Development at iTech. It's time to meet the apparel semifinalists. Let's get started.
Bonjour, my name is Sean Rayland-Boubar, and I'm from Saging First Nation. I'm the owner and founder of Red Rebel Armor, an Indigenous-made streetwear brand. I created this social enterprise in response to the overwhelmingly need for employment for our relatives returning back to the community from the criminal justice system. As an ex-gang member, ex-addict, and recent college grad who has been involved with the system, I understand the barriers Indigenous people face upon release, such as intergenerational trauma, no identification, no work history, addictions, and a criminal record. Red Rebel Armor's approach to this problem is knowledge-based and is not about teaching our relatives entirely new skills, but building on existing skills to help our relatives realize their gifts, strengths, and valuable experience through on-the-job paid training in a culturally safe work environment. If we won the $25,000, we would get a bigger warehouse and buy equipment so we could take on more work, which would create more jobs for our relatives returning back to the community. Miigwech.
Wow.
Awesome.
Excellent job. Really excellent job, Sean. Curious, you mentioned working with relatives who are transitioning back. How do you engage these folks, and how do you do outreach?
Okay, can you? I just want to rephrase the question. Well, we're working off community referrals, and as they come in, I do an assessment. It's just me right now. We're straight grassroots, so I do an assessment and just kind of stick them where they are, because we have 4 components of the business: design, sales, marketing, production, and design. Based on skills they already have, I kind of start there.
Perfect.
And yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm super nervous though.
Awesome. I'm wondering how long you've been in business and what your revenues have been like thus far.
Okay, we've been in business for 3 years. The first 2 years was more of research and development. I went to Red River College to get a Indigenous social entrepreneurship diploma. This past year, we've been full swing, and we're creeping up on 300, just about 300K in revenue.
Awesome.
This year. Yeah.
You're saying, Sean, you're saying that you'd use some of the funds to purchase more equipment to take on more work. With the equipment that you have right now, are you at capacity? How is it running at capacity, or?
Yeah, we're at capacity. We have more orders than we could handle. We're in local retailers in our community, and online is just starting to pick up. So we want to scale. We want to scale our impact so we could create more jobs and just keep it going.
Good.
Thank you so much, Sean. You have improved on your pitch since Manitowoc. I want just everyone to know that Sean was the fan favorite at Manitowoc. So, and really looking forward to you moving forward and doing what you do. I've met you before. It's great.
Okay, awesome.
How you guys doing? It's Chase Monchamp. Coming to you from the Twin Cities, Minnesota. I'm the owner and chief of Hustle Tribe. As you can see, I'm on the road right now. My powwow pitch is basically what I would do with the $25,000. I would definitely use it to improve my business, and that's by becoming more of a wholesaler, so I could get off the road like I am right now and like I am most of the year, so I could be able to produce more product and put it in places where a lot of more non-native products are being sold. So I would like to come in and be like an official brand, promoted and sold in a lot of places like casinos all around the country, all that kind of stuff. So that's basically what I would do with the 25 grand. It would also just help me improve my whole business in general, help with gas and all that stuff until I kind of get that rolling. Everything's going up and all that stuff. But if you haven't checked out my brand, hustletribe.com, I'm definitely like one of the innovators in the game. So
Woohoo!
Good job.
Thank you so much, Chase. I just love your dedication. Just getting over and doing this pitch. So what makes you talked about product. What makes your product line unique?
I'm the only Native American snapback brand in production, so I'm the only one that owns my own brand as far as native snapbacks go. So we're authentic and original. So that just sums it up basically. So
sorry, but for this old Gen Xer, what's a snapback product?
Just make official hats. We make headgear and stuff like that. Fits like a war bonnet. I make official clothing for everybody. I kind of got into it through rap music. I've done I've gotten into the men's clothing. I'm like a hip hop artist, so also I incorporate that into urban streetwear, and I think we're one of the leading brands out here in the United States for sure. So
perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jay. A good pitch. Just want to know how big is your team, or how big is your headcount currently?
How big is the company?
Yeah, how big is like how many people are working like under you, or like how many people?
Me personally, I mean, I'm definitely working all the time. You know, I have like my family working with me. I employ like multiple graphic designers, and like I have like, you know, multiple employees throughout the states. I mean, you know, not like but they work for me depending on where I go regionally. I travel all around the United States, so sometimes, you know, I have to call my buddy in Arizona. I have a lot of people in Oklahoma, you know, people in Washington. I mean, I'm all over the United States, Minnesota, everywhere. So
Yeah, that's
employ
nice.
Indigenous people everywhere.
Yeah.
Great pitch, Chase. I think I remember meeting you at Gathering of Nations. I'm curious, what's your process for pricing your products?
I mean, right now I feel like I'm undercutting things for sure. I definitely like I put the tag prices higher because, you know, I'm looking to be in stores, so I want to make sure that, you know, my product's definitely worth more than what I'm selling it for. You know, when I'm at powwows or anything, I sell for like a lower rate, I guess, you know, cash rate, I guess, you know, for here. But I mean, you know, I'm reasonably priced. I'm reasonably priced compared to what I've seen out there. I definitely have a lot more, you know, connections as far as like men's clothing and production, so stuff like that. You know, I price it good for people to buy. So
Right on.
Great
Great job.
Good job.
Tansei, Nippy Scoot, Nitsi Kasan, and Miskichiwa Skygun. Hello, everybody. My name is Nippy Scoot, also known as Skylene Gladue. And the reason why I introduce myself in my native tongue is because I can, and I'm proud. I'm an intergenerational residential school survivor, which resulted in me not learning my culture or language growing up, which led to a lot of loss of identity, a lot of shame and addictions in my younger years. My story is not unique to myself. It's one that I share with many of my Native brothers and sisters, which is why I created Nippy Scoot Designs, an urban streetwear brand on a mission to restore, revitalize, and reclaim our Indigenous languages by putting them on bright and bold clothing. I engage, empower, and initiate conversations surrounding the languages we should have been taught, because I believe that learning this traditional knowledge is healing and breaks cycles. With $25,000, I would expand my products, create a just-in-time inventory for both my booths and websites, develop a web-based marketing, hire youth, and market globally. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks for pitching. I had a question, like how do you do the marketing stuff?
Pardon me?
How do you market your product?
Right now, I started all with word of mouth. I do have quite a big following on social medias. I'm an actress and just a personality, so I have a big following. So I started with that, but now I just opened up my website and I'm looking to go into advertising on social media more.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Nippy, that was such an amazing pitch. And I can see your sweatshirt. I'm curious, what is your creative process for creating your streetwear brand?
Oh, this is just divine intervention. This is like, I swear to God, this translates to speak Cree in Cree. And this is something that just came to me. You know, I developed this in the midst of COVID, and I was giving myself rosacea because I was so scared of what the world was going to be. And I seen this big surge of Native knowledge. You know, everybody was wanting to learn beading, wanting to learn language and everything. And Nihiwi, that means speak Cree. And that was the first thing that came to my mind, because I wanted to learn Cree, and I seen so many people wanting to do the same. So my people are truly my inspiration.
Beautiful.
Hi. Tell me a little bit about your team, or do you still work solely on your own?
So I am solely on my own, but what I do is mentor youth. So a big part of my line and my brand is empowerment through fashion. So any youth that comes up and shows me an interest, because I do have fashion shows, and shows me, hey, I want to just be a part of this. Can I come and intern with you? So I teach them how to do everything from making their own clothes to designing on the computers. And in turn, they help me. And so I have youth that have left and created their own brands.
Awesome.
A few months ago, I was visited in a dream by John Lennon. This inspired me to create People for Peace, a healing modality in the form of apparel and potentially merchandise. When we wear the traditional symbols, we remind ourselves and others the importance of creating healing and peace on purpose. My name is Trina Gower. I'm a Cree Métis who has been gifted the ability to communicate with the Great Spirit. I have been divinely guided and driven to make change and initiate world peace. I'm asking for your help. I will build a strong brand, products, custom packaging, and of course, I'll use Shopify and leverage their sales channels to build a large online presence. To scale this business quickly, I'll begin speaking on stages and in communities about healing. As an influencer, I will not stop with the vision and mission until peace is in motion. Finally, I want to create 2 give back programs that include Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, one that highlights children. People for peace. If not now, then when? If not you, then who?
Great pitch. That was really great. And I'm curious to know a little bit more about the actual products that you'll be designing. Can you share?
So I want to start with creating a shirt line. Okay, so this is the symbols that we'd be using as healing modalities. So the medicine wheel. So I wanted to use a shirt line to start as the messaging tool, the bus, to help drive the message forward about the actual thing we need to do is create healing and peace. And we have to do that with healing ourselves and starting to get to know ourselves and recognize that part of us that's essential to the big outcome of the world, right? So this is what I want to do. But I want to do it with clothes. So when we wear the symbols, we remind ourselves and others the importance of the healing and the communication.
Okay, so you have such a wonderful brand created. I love it. I love the messaging behind it. So you're talking about taking that brand and moving it into creating the apparel. So that hasn't been done yet. So to date, have you had any sales?
No, this is just, I've been working on this for 2 or 3 months. So quite a while ago, I knew I was going to make shirts, intuitively, but I didn't know what the shirts were. And then when I had the dream of John Lennon coming to visit me, it was super clear. It was this message and it was going to be on those shirts I knew I was supposed to make. So I've been thinking about this idea for a long time. I just didn't have it nailed down to the brand and the messaging.
I guess my question is more in terms of how you're going to get the bus moving. How are you going to start? Where are those initial sales going to come from?
So, of course, I'm going to build an online presence through Shopify, and they have a lot of different channels that I can leverage. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to get in motion in person. I believe that it's time we connect as people. I want to get on stages. I want to go to communities. I want to start talking about this. I have been training in healing, and I have 4 mentors.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Yay, Tina.
Good job.
I love the res. Our communities are the home of our language, our traditional teachings, and our culture. And growing up in Elsipogtog, I saw glimmers of pride of being from the res. When I was gifted the nickname Res Famous after crashing a wedding party, I was honored. It made me realize that being proud of our communities and who we are is so important. I started Res Famous brand in the summer of 2018 when I was 19 years old. With the help of our small team who have experience in accounting and marketing, we were able to get Res Famous off the ground from day one. We have been doing in-person pop-ups in nearly every reserve in the Atlantic region, which roughly makes up 90% of our sales. Online, we have reached people in communities in Ontario, all the way to California, and even overseas. And with the 25,000, we wish to continue our tour across Turtle Island and meet people who want to be a part of the Res Famous brand. And see.
Excellent.
Wow.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So you've been in business for 3 or 4 years. How is
It's my 4th summer.
4th summer. So how has it grown
Yes.
every year? What rate has it grown every year?
I've seen a steady growth. Surprisingly, even during the summer of 2020, with all of that, it was double the rate of growth compared to the summer of 2019. And 2021 continued that growth. And this year, it's looking better than ever.
Yeah. Excellent.
What's your production versus revenue kind of breakdown?
Our production versus revenue, we usually have a 2-week turnaround on our on our clothes. We work with a local screen printing company in Halifax, which they're able to ship to our community. And when it comes to our pricing, we usually go for at least 200% profit with whatever product we get. And my team are also very good at all the accounting sides and knowing what to price each product.
Thanks.
It was a very great pitch. I have a question. Like, why did you pick up? Why did you pick up this product name, your brand name?
Oh, the brand name? Because
Yeah.
Res Famous was a nickname, and it was always something. It really stuck with me as just being really proud of the reserves and the community of where I'm from. I really love the reserves for the various reasons that I've talked about, and it's just such a fun nickname. A lot of people can be Res Famous. Everyone can be.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome job, Talon. You are totally
Thank
Res
you.
Famous. Curious, what is your hottest selling product right now, and what is it priced at?
I would say our classic 3-color TP t-shirt, pricing at $30. Shipping online about $7 for a t-shirt.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Great job.
Hi, my name is Camille Munro, and my brand is Sage Braids and Barbells. Sage Braids and Barbells is an Indigenous-inspired fitness brand that promotes positive energy and a healthy life for those who lift, for those who don't, for those who champion an active lifestyle, and for those who aspire to do so. Sage Braids and Barbells, what I would like to do with my brand is I would like to we're just kind of in our beginning stages, just starting things off. I would love to have more eco-friendly ways of having more on-hand inventory. I'm a single parent of 4 kids and a full-time nursing student. So the money would make it so that I could have inventory on hand. I could go to more powwows and trade shows, network some more. I would love to have my own retail space. And my big dream is to have my own health and wellness center. I'd love to open up my own health and wellness center. And continue to inspire and motivate those for, to keep living that healthy and active lifestyle.
Great job.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. You did fantastic. I'd like to know a little bit about your sales thus far. So how do you sell most of your product, and what has that been like for you?
Okay, well, it first started with me just creating a shirt for myself, and then people started asking me about it and where did you get it? How can we get one? So I started with making a box of 30 shirts. I sold out of those shirts within 2 days. Then I proceeded to kind of go up, made 60 shirts, different colors. And then my friend and partner who actually makes my apparel for me, she has a website. And she gave me a space on her website and created an online store that ships across North America. So since that has happened, that's been I'd say about 7 months, and I've made maybe about 10,000 in profit. But at a slow rate, like it hasn't been like one big chunk after another. And I went to Manitowoc for my first trade show ever, and I sold out. I sold out that weekend, but I had to save my money. I had to invest about $1,700 of my own funds, and I doubled my money and sold out and made a lot of networking connections.
Can you just clarify for me what your product line is again?
Okay, so the shirt I'm wearing, sorry, I'm in my car. I'm on my way to work.
Okay.
It's Sage Braids and Barbells. So it's a fitness apparel line. And what I would like to do with that line is actually, I'd like to create more fitness accessories. Like I'm a power lifter, and powerlifting has actually helped me cope in my sobriety journey. So I'd love to create more accessories along that line of powerlifting, and to teach and train people to lift weights safely, and just continue inspiring those. Like Indigenous fitness apparel is really underrepresented. So I'd really like it to be big. I'd love for it to be as big as Nike or Adidas or...
Excellent. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. And
Really great job.
Thank you so much.
I love your tank top. It's so nice.
Allow me to introduce you to Dancers and Warriors Apparel, a brand for the proud. Our name is inspired by our heroes. Dancers not only represents dancers, but those that continue to practice their culture through language, hunting, and so on. Warriors is for those that protect our home, our people, and all that we love. Tansa, my name is Crystal Iron. We are from Kinole Cree First Nation in northern Saskatchewan. We are a majority female and 100% Indigenous owned. We created our own branded clothing and also do custom orders. We celebrate our people through using vibrant, strong, and positive imagery. We have a retail location, an online store, and recently added a mobile component to attend powwows and other events. We're a self-funded small business located on reserve in a remote location, and we will use the money to purchase more inventory, more equipment, and expand our business for wholesale opportunities. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Great job.
Great.
Great job. Thanks so much.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, what was your motivation to start a clothing line?
Well, we really wanted something positive, something that celebrates all cultures, and that was inclusive to everybody. So that was our real motivation, was to create symbols that were positive.
So, Crystal, I have a question. Where do you see your wholesale opportunities? Do you have any wholesale right now, and where do you see that going?
Well, we're looking into becoming a wholesaler, which is the ultimate goal, so that our products are more easier for people to purchase rather than just online or locally. And that's what we're hoping, that with the powwow pitch that we could increase our revenue so that we may purchase those options.
Thank you so much for your pitch. It was a great job. What's your staff complement?
Right now, it's a three-way partnership between myself, my brother, and my sister-in-law. So that's why I say we're majority female. I'm 1/3 out of everybody.
Thanks, Crystal, for pitching. I have a question. Like, do you have any targeted audience, or are you targeting for any specific audience?
No, we want to be inclusive of all cultures. Right now, we have a lot of gear for the powwow. So, but we're looking to expand.
Really great pitch, Crystal. Can you share some of the feedback and customer reviews that you've gotten so far?
Yeah, so we're actually been at the going to a few powwows, and a lot of people like the quality of everything. And then as well, they really love like the vibrant display. As you can see, it's kind of bright here. I'm wearing one of my shirts, and
Beautiful. Thank you.
thank you.
Great job.
Great
Oh,
job.
thanks.
Tanse, Kiowa, hello to you all. The Indigenous language is our strength and culture and spirituality. Do most of you wish to learn? Let's be resilient and find our strength. There are so many Indigenous communities with language loss within Canada and the US. I promote the Indigenous language using mainstream fashion. I create and design apparel, such as hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, and t-shirts. I have sales of $22K in 2021 and current sales today of $17K for 2022. I market my products through trade shows as well as online at newodesigns.ca. My name is Tiffany Carrier. I am Nehil Isko from the Treaty 4 Territory, founder of Newo Designs. I design using embroidery myself at home. I outsource silk screening, and I have been engaging and inspiring those who want to learn, especially the younger generations. I see my products as conversation starters. Remember, our language may seem lost, but it is just being woken up inside of us.
Great job. Well done.
I'm just wondering, if you win the $25,000, what will you do with it?
I would definitely use it for working capital. I would purchase equipment to make my workflow faster, and as well as inventory, purchase more inventory, and carry on with my trade shows.
So, can you break down for me where you get your sales from? Is it mostly trade shows, powwows, or where are most of your sales come from?
I would feel it comes more from powwows and as well as trade shows.
Okay. And do you have any desire to expand that to a different area, wholesale or anything like that?
I'm actually wearing one of my designs right now. It says Niiostoseraah. It is an embroidered twill with stitch. I do this myself at home using a commercialized embroiderer, and this is one of my popular sellers so far.
You said you just launched your website, is that right? Your online store?
I soft launched in 2020, and then I established in 2021 of May.
And do you find that you're reaching an audience? Are you getting sales out of that presence?
I am for sure, using my socials as well as all different platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Where do you see the business in next, like you can say 2 or 3 years?
I see my business expanding to a storefront. I'm located near Regina, Saskatchewan, and I definitely would like to have something here as a storefront here.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Great job, Tiffany. Really quickly, if you could hire one person right now to help you, who would it be?
I would definitely hire. I would hire my daughter, who is 20. She's 21, and she's very familiarized with what I do, and I'm kind of teaching her my process.
Awesome.
So she's very
Great job.
Great work, everyone. Now it's time to meet the fashion design semifinalists.
Tanse Bonjour, my name is Devon Blind. I am from the Pasca First Nation in the Treaty 4 territory. I am in my final year at Mount Royal University in ecotourism and outdoor leadership. I have experience in innovation, marketing, and entrepreneurship. My business is called Anishinaabe X. I started this up in October last year, and I have made up to $6K in sales since. What got me into doing this was that I didn't see much clothing for everyday wear for summertime or for business wear for men and women. And what I'm doing is making different ways to create modern styles for our next generation to feel proud and resilient by wearing Indigenous made clothing and decolonizing their wardrobes. So I sell women's tops, men's formal wear. I also make ribbon skirts, makeup bags, beaded necklaces, and earrings, and powwow regalia. And if I'm selected, I'd probably put this money towards equipment, a trailer, so I can go on the road around powwow country, most likely a storage unit, an e-commerce website, or with Shopify for my designs on how to wear.
Great job.
Hi, great pitch. So you mentioned that you've had about $6,000 in sales. I'm wondering where most of those sales have come from. So how do you gain most of your revenue?
Majority of that it goes to the USA, so 70% goes to the USA, and I export that. 30% is within Canada, and that's doing vendor sales, online sales, and within Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and BC. So that's where majority of my sales go right now, and yeah.
With $6,000 of sales today, where do you see your biggest leap in sales coming from? What's your next step?
It would be my clothing and jewelry. So my next steps would be to later put my designs onto on outerwear, because I'm an ecotourism and an outdoor leadership student, and throughout the couple of years I've been going to school, I've grown to find what was quality over quantity, and I figured out different types of clothing that I like to wear when I'm out hiking in the backcountry, because I do a lot of hiking and outdoor expeditions. So I want to see like better outerwear that's more waterproof instead of just a windbreaker. And I would like to have maybe even a fleece sweater or more active wear for Indigenous people to be wearing, just instead of like the basic hoodie that I often see in like just a regular t-shirt. I want to be able to give people better clothing options because cotton is not always a good option for when being in the powwow country. So if you want to go and dance powwow, you want to be able to have outerwear and clothing that's going to be able to cool off right away instead of wearing cotton.
Great job.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
pitch. Thank you.
Annie, I'm Trish. Bonjour, I'm Mel, and we're the co-founders of Mini TP. US has Pendleton and Canada has Mini TP. In 2016, we started creating our products using native-inspired textile. We noticed a huge lack of authentic Indigenous design in the textile world, so we decided to be that change. In 2019, we created our very first exclusive design in collaboration with an Indigenous artist. Since then, we have taken our business out of our basements and are now manufacturing all of our products with our amazing team of 16 with our eco-friendly fabric. We sell our products online in 60 stores across Canada, Simon's, and we also fulfill large corporation orders. Our sales more than doubled from 600,000 to 1.2 million last year. With the money that we win, we would like to invest in new machinery to help optimize our production and continue to support our growth and support our artists and community. We believe that representation matters, pulling our beautiful culture out of museums.
Good job.
Sorry, I didn't have time to say my punchline.
We had a punchline.
But I will say, regardless, is Mini TP will become the biggest company. Will you join us?
Great job.
Thank you.
So it sounds like you've already succeeded. You're on your way. What's your next priority?
Just
one priority. What is that?
Optimizing our production, because really the production is the foundation of our growth. Like, we have lots of opportunities, but we just really need to maximize and optimize our production line to ensure that we're a solid foundation for our continuous growth. We also just leased. Sorry,
go ahead. What's your product? So what's your main product?
We make blankets and accessories. So it's a shawl. It's all made with authentic Indigenous designs and all made with eco-friendly fabric.
No, thanks for pitching. I have a question. Like, what are your plans to expand to maybe US or something? Do you have any plans?
For sure, we do. So our goal is definitely to maximize or optimize our production for now, and after the goal would be to supply to the demand and launch to the world.
Great job, Mélanie and Trisha. I'm curious what the process is when you collaborate with artists. Can you share a little about that?
We reach out to artists, and I love social media for that reason, because you kind of find them, introduce yourselves to them, and then we kind of just I kind of have these like inspirations based on their work and really giving the artist full control of the work with a little bit of the inspiration that we have on what we want to offer and make sure that we are able to tell the story of some part of the culture. And the artist creates a design, and then we end up working through our graphic designer and then having samples made with all of our fabric in Italy that's being woven. And then each one of our designs has a story behind it that anyone, Indigenous or non-Indigenous, can relate to.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Merci. Great job.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Miller, member of Peter Ballantyne Cree Nation and founder/CEO of Sparked Apparel. Before you could feel sparked in my apparel, I began with tailoring my own clothing to fit again and posting creations on my Snapchat. After receiving tremendous support from family and friends, I started creating/selling original flannels. After seeing the spark in people's eyes after receiving their clothing, I knew Sparked Apparel was the right name for my business and launched in January of 2021. Since then, I've netted over $10K in profits, and I put 50% back into the business and paid myself/saved the rest. I see that number doubling over the next 2 years as I attend Toronto's film school and balance Sparked. The last year and a half, I've moved my business from Laurent, Saskatchewan, my hometown, to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, because I needed a bigger adolescent audience and I was running out of customers in my small town. As well, I had the CBC Creators Network news article/video come out about my brand and next steps. From that, Spark got tremendous exposure, landing me 7 interviews with Daily Mail UK and US, Saskatoon and Regina's morning radio, multiple presentation opportunities,
Wow, Wyatt, that was so good. That was a fantastic pitch, and I'm assuming you're wearing one of your flannel shirts.
Yes.
Wyatt, love it. Wyatt, can you tell me, how do you go about pricing them?
So about pricing them, in the beginning, I was going more or less, I would balance it out with, let's say, Adidas, Under Armour, Nike and stuff, see what they were pricing, and then I would price it with that. And then ever since then, I've moved up to more, my clothing's more like an art piece now. So I kind of set it at just like $100 base so that I can spend more time on myself to get the more unique look in the one-of-one piece.
If you're the winner of the $25,000, what do you plan to do with it?
That was my next paragraph. So winning would be huge for my team, well, for me, and it would help me build my team, finalize my office, find distributors, upgrade my website, make sure my inventory is always stocked, and lastly, I would make a nice sizable donation to my hometown high school, to the home economics class, in hopes of upgrading and getting better equipment for them, because that's where I learned how to sew.
So it was a great pitch, and I love the shirt too. You say you moved it to Saskatchewan, you said, to get a bigger client base of younger.
Yeah, so I'm
clients?
based I was in La Ronge, Saskatchewan, which is a small town, let's say 3,500 people, and then I already talked to everybody and sold them clothes twice over, so I moved to Saskatoon knowing and also in hopes of getting a bigger audience and more customers.
Mm-hmm. And did that happen? How did that go?
Oh, everything that I said was going to happen before I moved happened, and all those interviews all came from moving to Saskatoon. I made my Instagram go from 800 followers to about 1,900 now.
Excellent. Great job.
Good afternoon. My name is Sancia Victoria Racine. I am a Ojibwe and from Longplain First Nation, and I am the only owner and seamstress of Ribbon Skirts and Crafts by Sancia Victoria on Facebook. I discovered a talent I never knew I had, as I had initially began self-teaching to sew ribbon skirts and regalia for the children in my family. I then gained exposure by posting my work to my social media, and I received a numerous amount of orders and invites to attend workshop, trade show events, and that is when I realized there is a high demand for ribbon skirts. After completing these orders and attending these events, it is when I realized there is a growing demand, and I have come to realize that wearing a ribbon skirt strongly identifies you as an Indigenous person, and I think as an Indigenous woman.
Thank you so much, and I loved your pitch. You've done a great job so far. Are you the only person doing this, and how do you deal with so many orders?
Well, I am quite fast, let's just say, rather than I sometimes get bulk orders, and which are then sent to an Indigenous retail store at 20 skirts a month. I do custom orders where each skirt is unique and different to each customer's requests. So I managed to fill it all out into a timely schedule or the deadline that I get from the customer, and that all works out well.
Yeah, hi, thanks for pitching. I have a question, do you have any plans in mind how you're planning to grow the business? Like maybe in sales or increasing the price or customer base? Do you have any plans?
Yes, my initial goal would be to open up a ribbon store, retail store, and a ribbon skirt clothing line, but that is like for 5 years down the road. I think just this would be a great boost in helping me, as I'm only 6 months into establishing my business. I just started this year. I haven't done anything before, so.
Okay, yeah.
Sancia, really great business and pitch, and I love the idea of the ribbon making skirt kits. Can you tell me, how do you put those together and package them?
Yes, actually, they come with 2 meters of fabric, a seam ripper, like the measuring tape, the thread, ribbon for ribbons, and they are. I should have had an example, but I actually just sent them all out, and like it comes along with like a pamphlet of like a step on how to put the ribbon skirt together, and I've sold 15 and I have an order for 23, so that's 23 potential more customers.
Wow, that's fantastic. Great job.
Great job.
I'm Taalrumiq. My English name is Christina King. I'm an Inuvialuq and Gwich'in artist, fashion designer, cultural educator, and digital content creator from Dukduiaqtuq. The name of my business is Taalrumiq, my traditional Inuit name. I was named at birth after my great Nanak, who was named after her Nanak in the tradition of our ancestors. I create original Inuit fine art, Inuvialuit couture garments and accessories, and I offer cultural consulting services, including sewing workshops and public speaking. I currently have a following of 107K on Facebook and 89K on TikTok. One of my best-selling products is my orange sealskin solidarity heart pin, a visible symbol of love and support for our Indigenous communities, residential school survivors, and our children still being recovered across Canada to this day. As a survivor myself, this is me sharing our truth and putting love out into the world. With the grand prize, I would formally register my business, launch my website, continue to educate and share Inuvialuit culture with the world. Kuinaini.
Yay! Thank you so much for your pitch, and I love your work. What are your sales like right now since you started?
So currently I only sell via DMs, like private message and posting online or commissions. I don't have regular sales, like monthly sales. However, at Indigenous Fashion Arts in Toronto during the 3-day marketplace, I sold $3,500 worth of accessories.
Hi, thanks for pitching. I really loved your work. I have a question, like what makes you unique and your work like different from the others which are already there in the business?
Well, I find that Inuvialuit representation is often lacking, and historically, our stories, our traditions, our history have been told from an outsider's perspective. We've often been studied and researched. Many people have earned masters and PhDs, written books and documentaries about us. But now we're in a position where our stories, our voices are finally being valued, heard, and sought after. And this is a great opportunity for us to share from our point of view, because we're the experts on our own selves. And my grandparents helped visitors to this land to survive. They fed them, clothed them properly, and they were grossly exploited during the fur trade era. So here I am 2 generations later in a position to be fairly compensated and equitably valued for the work that I'm doing. And not only me, but other Inuvialuit artists and designers as well.
Thank you.
Taalrumiq, I'm such a huge fan of yours, and I know that you balance services like workshops and cultural consulting with products. Curious, where do you see the next 5 years of your business?
My goal and my plan is to establish an Inuvialuit couture atelier where I can have others working alongside me. I want to see Inuvialuit couture on global runways. I want to be able to hire Inuvialuit and Gwich'in and other Indigenous interns to help them learn about the art and fashion business. And I want to...
Beautiful.
Great job.
Amazing pitches, everyone. Now it's time to meet our fashion category semifinalists for jewelry and accessories.
Hi, my name is John Velten. I'm the owner and operator of First Nations Gallery, and my intention in raising capital is to build a web application to increase the capacity of artists' ability to design work in precious metals. They'll be able to go from hand-drawn designs to fully conceptualized products ready to be made on demand and directly publishable to their websites, meeting a low barrier to entry and providing high margins of return when sales are made. This will be made possible through my existing education in 3D modeling and animation, alongside connections to fully capable dev teams in my circle. these funds will be paired with a loan application to the First Citizens Fund that I've already prepared a business plan and model to present and submit. That's my pitch.
That was great. Have you started your business already, or are you still in the
Yes.
startup phase?
No, the business has been a year and a half in the works, and we've serviced about 20 to 30 artists so far.
And what's your profit? What's your profit? How do you make profit?
Well, my profit is mainly in service as well as wholesale and then retail. So we actually haven't really tapped into the retail market yet. Most of our sales are from wholesale as well as just servicing all of our artists. And that's about 100,000 in revenue within the first year.
Hi, John. The pitch is very nice. I had a question like, how do you plan to improve your the site basically, the online business?
Well, earlier this year, I hired a marketing team. It's called Apples and Oranges Analytics. And directly connected with them. So I plan to use a portion of the funds to onboard a lot of the artists once this application is prepared and made.
Great job, John. Since opening, what has been your biggest success?
I'd say probably the profit margins that I've made for the artists that are involved.
What was your motivation to start this business, or your inspiration?
Well, I'd say probably my own endeavor in the arts and my shift from being an electrician to a full-fledged artist. And I want to do that I want to help others to be able to do the same.
$100,000 in the first year that's a pretty good sale. That's excellent.
That's mainly service.
Mainly service.
Mm-hmm.
And how soon do you see it expanding from service to?
Well, it'll take about 100,000 in material costs to be able to create about $1 million in wholesale product, and that's within 128 days of labor.
Amazing. Great job. Great idea.
Hello, my name is Niiostoseraah Thompson, and I'm from Akwesasne. My business is called Small Feather Empire, and we sell our straw baby earrings, moccasins, and other beaded accessories. Right now, it's just me producing these items. I would like to hire 2 to 3 more Indigenous beaders. This would triple our production rate for Small Feather Empire. My current setup is producing 2 pairs of earrings and a pair of moccasins a week. Expanding would enable us to produce 8 pairs of earrings and 4 pairs of moccasins a week. Next level consists of opening up a storefront to sell and produce our products, sell supplies, and host workshops in-house. That's what the $25,000 would go towards. I'm passionate about my work and I want to grow my business. My team is my family, and I currently have just under 5,000 followers across all social media platforms. I plan to hire a social media manager to help me with marketing and advertising. To grow my business, to grow my small business would mean the world to me. To be a part of stores, Toronto Indigenous Fashion Week, and dress Indigenous celebrities. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Neo. I remember you from the Ottawa pitch, and your pitch has improved so much. Congratulations. Like, you've done a great job, and I love your work. Just show the judges your work. It's so amazing. Definitely high fashion.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want to get there, so.
And I'm excited to hear about you opening up a storefront. Do you have any ideas in mind of where it might be located? Are there already some potential opportunities?
Okay, I would like to have one back home in Akwesasne, but I would also like to have one in Ottawa. That's basically where I'm living at the moment. And I think just like having it in Ottawa would be more popular because of the Indigenous population there is so diverse.
Awesome. Thanks, Neo.
Hi, Neo. I'm just wondering, what has been your biggest achievement to date?
Today, so I made 10 pairs of my earrings, and they sold out in minutes.
and I sell them for $195 a pair.
Wow. Yeah. Well, they're beautiful. I could see why.
The jewelry is definitely beautiful, and your pitch was great. So 20 seconds for a quick question. To get to the point where you have some kind of a storefront presence, how much inventory would you need to have, and how would you get there?
That's a really good question. I would say at least 50 items to start, and then just continue to make more as more sells.
Great, Neo.
Great job, Neo.
Tanshi, hello. My name is Emma Love Cabana. I'm a proud Monchamp woman based in Vancouver, BC. I'm the founder of Three Sisters by Emma, a beadwork jewelry brand that grew from a love of fashion, sisterhood, nature, and culture. Did you know that jewelry is the oldest human art form? Indigenous people have a rich history in this art form, showing cultural resilience from willow seeds to trade beads, market stands to e-commerce sites. I saw a huge gap in the market. Indigenous beadwork is a luxury handmade item, so why are we not seeing it represented in luxury retail? Instead, we see appropriation by unsustainable fast fashion brands. I made it my mission to create a brand that brings Indigenous beadwork to the high fashion space while honoring slow fashion and cultural values. Through my efforts and community support, I've become the first Indigenous jewelry brand in luxury department stores Simons and Holt Renfrew. My Shopify store is in the top 8% of stores that open the same week. Year over year, sales are increasing 100%. I will invest the $25,000 as capital leverage in a funding application to build operations and scale, bringing in other Indigenous artists through a collective, leasing an office, and hiring a team who can continue to bring to life the Three Sisters by Emma vision of a love of fashion, kinship, nature, and culture.
Great job. You made the point that you're going into that niche market of high fashion, high culture. Can you give me a bit, when did you start, and what have been your profits to date?
Okay, so I started in 2019, just very part-time casual in the first halfway through the year. And I went to markets and I made $10,000. Then the following year, I launched my site in January and I made $30,000. And then the following year, I made $60,000, including deals with Simons and just recently a deal with Holt Renfrew. And I'm now on their site as the first beadwork jewelry brand, and I achieved my goal. I'm listed right under Gucci, and I was like, yes, let's bring the Indigenous representation. And I want to bring other artists along with me too.
Congratulations, that's amazing.
Thank you.
What are the user feedbacks you have received?
User feedback. When I was creating my site, I really focused on user experience, and I wanted it to be an experience that was similar to my brand. And so the feedback that I've got, even from Build Native Shopify, is that it's very great, very captivating, and it encourages people to continue looking through product recommendations.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Really great pitch, Emma, and congratulations on all the brand partnerships. I'm curious, who are your ideal customers?
My ideal customer are people who want to showcase and show their self-empowerment. Like for me, putting on jewelry is just like a relationship, and you can adorn yourself and feel inspired and encouraged by that.
Awesome. And beautiful website.
Thank you.
Underneath the skin of every so-called Canadian Indian lies a story, but Indigenous voices have been reduced to a whisper, and many voices have been silenced before their stories were told. My name is Jasmine, and I'm the Inuit founder behind Niiostoseraah. Niiostoseraah is a heartbeat that courses through 3 storytelling mediums: beading, writing, and podcasting. By elevating Indigenous voices through the power of storytelling, we heal our disrupted ties to heritage and foster communities with a renewed sense of belonging and identity. Since its launch in March of this year, Niiostoseraah has developed a growing family of 200 story subscribers and has generated over $13,000 in earring sales with a returning customer rate of 20%. Niiostoseraah's expansion will seek to elevate the voices of Indigenous youth and young adults across Turtle Island by providing an in-studio podcast interview to transport their unique stories to listeners worldwide. Winning Powwow Pitch will provide me with the funding to get equipment, software, and mentorship to capture the voices of this new generation and broadcast them on a global scale.
Wow, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hi, Jasmine. Great pitch. I'm just wondering what motivated you to start this business?
Well, writing has always been my form of therapy, and naturally that was how I wanted to express myself. But I wanted to funnel that into beadwork as well so that I could share that with people all over the world, right in the United States, but sharing a piece of my story because growing up with a father who was a child to basically in the residential school, I wanted to share what it felt like to be too native or not native enough.
Jasmine, that's really inspiring. The work that you're doing is inspiring. From a business perspective, I just wanted to ask you. So the beadwork is part of the therapy and part of all that work. So is the writing. How do you see it evolving as a business going forward?
So with the podcasting, I want to incorporate other Indigenous voices, like I had mentioned, and I would be looking to get sponsorships to develop some type of workshop. And I've looked into what the business models are behind podcasting, and essentially it would boil down to sponsorships.
How do you reach your market right now?
So currently I use Instagram and Facebook as a funnel to direct people to my newsletter. So I do, as a result of the newsletter, not everybody subscribes, but I feel I can create more authentic relationships. And as a result, I have a lot of repeat customer sales.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a good job, Jasmine.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all of our semifinalists who pitched in the fashion categories. You are all role models and an inspiration to everyone watching. Thank you for your creativity and courage to share your vision with the world. We are rooting for you and look forward to continuing to grow together. Now is the time we've all been waiting for. The judges scored, deliberated, and selected the winners and would like to acknowledge the runners-up. Let's start with the apparel category, which was a very tight race. The runner-up for the apparel powwow pitch semi-final is Talon Simon, founder of Res Famous. And the winner of the apparel powwow pitch semi-final, who is also taking home $1,000 tonight and is advancing to the finals, is Sean Rayland-Boubar, founder of Red Rebel Armor. Congratulations, Sean, for moving on to the finals and winning the fashion apparel category. Now, on to the fashion design category. The runner-up for the powwow pitch fashion design semi-final is Taalrumiq Christina King, founder of Taalrumiq. And the winner of the powwow pitch fashion design semi-final, who is also taking home $1,000 tonight and is advancing to the finals, is Wyatt Miller, founder of Spark Apparel. Congratulations, Wyatt, for moving on to the finals and winning the fashion design category. Now, our final category for the night, jewelry and accessories. The runner-up for the powwow pitch accessories semi-finals is Niiostoseraah Thompson, founder of Small Feather Empire. And the winner of the powwow pitch fashion accessories semi-final, who is also taking home $1,000 tonight and is advancing to the finals, is Emma Love Cabana, founder of Three Sisters by Emma. Congratulations, Emma Love, for moving on to the finals and winning the fashion design category. Great work, Sean, Wyatt, and Emma. Niiostoseraah, Taalrumiq, and Talon, and well done to all of our fashion semifinalists. Remember, if your favorite entrepreneur didn't make it through, you can still vote for them to win the People's Choice Award. The entrepreneur that receives the most votes by September 19th will receive $1,000 and advance to the finals. Visit powwowpitch.org/vote to vote now. And now for a surprise treat. On behalf of Powwow Pitch, I am delighted to announce that Aritzia, the global fashion retailer and design house, has partnered with Powwow Pitch for the first time ever as part of their commitment to reconciliation. As part of our partnership, Aritzia will provide $2,500 grants to 3 winners of the Powwow Pitch Fashion Semifinals and $1,000 grants to 3 additional entrepreneurs in the fashion category to support these emerging Indigenous-owned fashion businesses to grow with a community rallying for their success. Welcome to the Powwow Pitch family, Aritzia. We look forward to working together to create a lasting impact on our communities. Thank you, judges, for your support. Excellent questions. Please share your final reflections.
Just wanted to say thank you to every pitcher, every powwow pitch, every entrepreneur. You've all done an incredible job. It is a pleasure and humbling to be a judge and such a difficult choice. Encourage every one of you to continue following your passions. You never know where it'll lead you.
Chimigwech on behalf of Meta. It's been my honor to meet all of the entrepreneurs and see all of this amazing talent and inspiration for our people around this country and around the world. I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see you all when you break through and make all of these changes happen for our people.
Yeah, so hi everyone. This was a very first opportunity I've as a judge I've participated, and it is really a very good experience. And I got to learn a lot from people. So all the best for all the entrepreneurs. So yeah, looking forward to more events. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, powwow pitchers, you were all incredible. I am floored and my heart is full. And on behalf of all of us at Entrepreneurth, congratulations. Not only are your businesses innovative and creative, they're also really needed and filling essential gaps. So I hope that all of you persist and continue and don't give up. You're wonderful. Thank you.
I have been so inspired by every creative entrepreneur that I've met here today. On behalf of the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, I wish every contestant good luck in both this competition as well as all your future endeavors.
Thank you to our judges. Thank you to our presenting sponsors, RBC, Shopify, Meta, and MasterCard. Our silver sponsors, the Business Development Bank of Canada, Canada Post, Export Development Canada, the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, Jelly Academy, NACA, and Futurepreneur. Our seed sponsors, MyTax, MNP LLP, Sklar Wilton and Associates, Invest Ottawa, the Women Entrepreneurship Knowledge Hub, Sierra, Best Buy, Rakuten Advertising, and Tecumloop's Business and Economic Development. Our collaborating partners, Raven Reads, Native Love Notes, CFDC of CIFN, Indigenous Lift Collective, Entrepreneurth, and Women in Business New Brunswick. Thank you to our mentors, volunteers, and judges for your support in bringing the 2022 Powwow Pitch online and across Turtle Island this evening. Thank you also to our executive producer, Victoria Lennox, and our creative producer, Cyprian Shalankevich, for bringing our vision to life. A huge congratulations to tonight's entrepreneurs for their passionate and compelling pitches. Thank you to our viewers tonight for cheering on Indigenous entrepreneurs through Powwow Pitch. Let's keep the conversation going using the hashtag Powwow Pitch. Join us tomorrow evening for the tech category semifinals and each evening this week from 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Until tomorrow, I am your host, Sunshine Tanasco, signing off. Miigwech kvijaeg nongom nakshig.